Game time as well. Job done. The Blues within 4 points of Arsenal, who play Manchester United tomorrow. And by the look of it, looks as though no one's picked up any knocks either. So the reality is that it was the perfect day at the office for City. They have beaten Wolves by 2-0. Well, I'm sure, although it wasn't quite the goal fest that everyone was hoping for, that everyone in China have thoroughly enjoyed this afternoon's proceedings. Let's go over to join Cal and find out.
Manchester City fans, listen to that. That is our fans here in Shenzhen. And wherever you are in the world, I'm sure you're singing along because it is finished. Manchester City 2, Wolves 0. A huge 3 points there. Scott, Carson and Nedum are alongside me. Scott, job done. Great day at the office for the boys.
Yeah, job done. I think we finished the game in the first half. Second half probably wasn't the performance that we was probably expecting. But at the end of the day, it's a 2-0 clean sheet. And probably what summed it up for me was the reaction of the lads in that last minute.
Yeah.
2 blocks and the togetherness, just to prove to everyone that the togetherness is there and the fight's on.
That's it. And it's, that's something that we, City have kind of prided themselves on. I mean, Scott, all through your time, there is always noise from outside the club, but it's never kind of doubted from inside. And Scott said there, it was all there on the pitch, Nedum.
Yeah, absolutely, it was. Obviously, not every game is going to be a perfect game, but how nice is it to see them win again?
Yeah.
And you can take some confidence from that against a Wolves side who maybe some people thought would get a result against City today. But overall, I think for City, it ends up being a comfortable performance. And as Scott said, at the end there, like Mark Gahey, he's got a clean sheet. He's made a big block alongside Nico O'Reilly. And hopefully that sets the tone for the games to come.
Coming into that team, making his debut, what does that do for a player's confidence, and also just, I guess, the relationship then with his fellow new teammates?
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I think for his teammates to get a chance to see what he's like on the field, to get used to his patterns, and for him to, as I say, be on there and play in front of 50,000 people and win, and keep that clean sheet. He himself knows that, as I say, not every game will be perfect, especially not in the Premier League. But he did a good job today, and the chances are, the next time there's a league game he can play and he'll be involved again.
Scott, I'm asking you before the game that, talking about the injuries that City have faced. Obviously, there are still quite a few people out, but to suddenly see the likes of Haaland, Foden and Doku on the bench, being able to bring them on, how important is that going to be now as we do carry on with this busy fixture run?
Yeah, I think it's going to be massive from now until the end of the season. Obviously, we've got some big players to come back. Hopefully everyone else who's fit at the minute stays fit and we get a bit of momentum, but to have, like you said, Doku, Foden and Big Earl on the bench, it says everything about the squad, so hopefully it can stay like that and we can bring more players back.
Yeah, that will be the hope. And Scott, you've experienced it, and for us from looking at the outside in, how difficult is it when you are in this busy run where it is a game every 3 days? Because it's been like that since December. I think sometimes we forget as fans how hard it is physically and mentally for players.
Yeah, obviously myself when I was there, we was in the same situation, probably a few more points than we're behind now, so yeah. We know it's possible. And to be honest, I think the one thing that does suit Pep and the group there is the more games the better. Yeah. They seem to get in that rhythm, and when there's a game every 3 days, they just work like machines.
Yeah.
And they've been there, they've done it. So I'm looking forward to what's coming up.
Yeah, we can do it again. And that was the key message, wasn't it? I think on that run of games, Nedum, 5 games without a win. Obviously, bar the derby, though, it was just kind of not being able to, score that goal or keep that clean sheet. How much of this now could be a little springboard to put another run together, which we were doing just before Christmas?
Yeah, absolutely.
Not that long ago.
100%. And these runs, start with one victory like this. Before you know it, there's a second one, there's a third one. Given the fact that they're playing 3 games a week, in the space of a week, as I say, in the league, it could be 9 points, for example. And that belief, as soon as you start to feel it, it grows, it grows, it grows. And I think a big thing today as well is seeing the bench, as you've said. There are more and more players becoming available. So, whenever he needs to make a change, he can make a change, and those changes will always make an impact.
And as far as what you saw on the pitch today, obviously it was something a little bit different. We got to see Semenyo out wide, Marmoush out wide, Shirky playing the false nine. How did you think that worked, and did you enjoy what you saw on the pitch?
Yeah, I thought it worked well, to be honest, overall, because I thought initially Marmoush would play through the middle and he'd just be playing almost like a traditional nine. But speaking with Scott, by the way, it's brilliant to have Scott here.
I was going to say,
because he can get in the mind of the Man City manager. He's saying, well, maybe he's doing this because of this, maybe he's doing that because of that, and it makes you think about the game in a different way. So the fact that they played some of these false nines to try and get the back three of Wolves to step out and try and engage, and if they did that, they were punished. And I think no better example than Semenyo scoring that goal just before half-time.
Yeah, it was, and that made it 2-0, which is the full-time result. Scott, just a final word. I mentioned their game every 3 days. Yeah. Galatasaray next, Champions League. We need a couple results to go our way, but if we win, I'd like to think maybe we'll get a rub of the green, get automatic qualification. What happens between now and then within the team and kind of with training? Is it just literally focus on the next game?
Yeah, I think the first words that Pep will say in the dressing room is all the focus is now to get in that top 8 for the Champions League, and the massive game that's Wednesday.
Yeah.
There'll obviously be a recovery day tomorrow, possibly a day off, maybe Monday, and then full system going on Wednesday. And we just hope that Ilkay, when he comes back to the Etihad, doesn't have one of the games that we know he can do.
Yeah, we absolutely do. But it will, of course, be great to welcome him there. And, of course, as you know, Matchday Live is going to be with you for all the build-up to that game. I don't want this to end, but all great things must come to an end. I want to say, first of all, a massive thank you to all these brilliant fans here who have been so great throughout the night. It's been so special to share the game with you, and obviously thank you for welcoming us to Shenzhen. It's been an absolute pleasure, and Nedum and Scott, I've absolutely loved the show and being with you here. So thank you, Scott. Thank you, Nedum, and thank you to all of you at home for watching. I want to say as well a massive thank you, of course, to FG and Joleon and everyone else who's been involved in the show. I'll be back with you on Wednesday. Now, don't go anywhere, though. We'll get some final thoughts from Manchester, but from all of us here in Shenzhen, good night, and come on, City!
Wow, thank you so much to everybody in Shenzhen, in particular, right back at you, Cel, Scott and Nedum. It's just gone 1 a.m. there, and look at the energy them men are bringing. And also, of course, our amazing supporters as well. Incredible, absolutely incredible in Shenzhen. We hope to bring you Matchday Live on tour once again, but I'm sure Nedum, Scott and Cel are going to enjoy their last few moments in Shenzhen. Now, Manchester City, 3 points. We said it was super important. They had to dig deep in a defensive way as well, especially in the final stages of that. But 3 welcome points, Joleon.
Yeah, definitely. It was important that obviously we got back on track in terms of winning, but more importantly, a positive result. I mean, positive performance, and definitely was that in the first half for offensive reasons. And not equally as impressive, but impressive nevertheless. When you've conceded the number of goals we've conceded in the last 2 games and looked as fragile as we've looked defensively, it was nice to keep a clean sheet.
Nice little celebration as well from the English lads. Christian was involved with Donnarumma as well, but it was Phil, Nico and Gay celebrating first in the huddle. That shows how much it means to keep that clean sheet. Like you said, we've shown a little bit of frailty in the last few games defensively, but to keep a clean sheet, especially when we've had to dig deep like that, will make a massive difference, won't it?
Oh, massive. And not only have we kept a clean sheet, we've had Donnarumma having to make a number of saves, which he's had to do that in previous games, and we not been able to support him and keep a clean sheet. So the fact that the defenders have done their jobs, block shots, and that's what you want to see, stop crosses, block shots, and yeah, enjoy the moments because they're equally as important.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look, shall we, if we can, at the Premier League table as it stands right now then. So there is one more game, of course, to play for the league leaders who are currently still top, but we've closed that gap and put the pressure on them. Yeah. Looking at the goal difference as well, very even. It's 4 points now, the gap, but also, most importantly, we're looking as well at that massive gap between 2nd and 4th, Joleon, as well. At Liverpool, there's 10 points in it now.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on Arsenal. There's not going to be many times we want and need United to win. Tomorrow is one of them times. Goal difference is great, obviously, but yeah, I still think we're a team that are looking up rather than looking down. And that's the way Pep's kind of created what he's created over the years.
Yeah, absolutely. Arsenal, Manchester United, 4:30 tomorrow in the Premier League. Like you said, we don't really want to rely on a favour, but if they set up similar to how they did against
I'll take a
us,
favour.
yeah, absolutely, without question. But do you think they're going to set up very similar to how they did against us last week, sort of trying to play on the counter as well?
Possibly. I think it suits them, but I also believe Arsenal will be aware of that, where, listen, we had the impact of it being a derby, so there's extra motivation there for everyone, the manager, the fans, the players. Tomorrow is a big game without the extra incentive. The only kind of thing, the narrative I'm trying to dig deep and find is, I know my United friends would rather us win the league than Arsenal, so there's still going to be motivation to win that and derail their current form.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting watch if you are going to be watching it. Speaking of interesting watches, what a week we've got ahead for Manchester City. Of course, we spoke so much about it in the pre-match. Galatasaray at home, the opportunity to solidify in the last match week of the group phase, top 8.
Yeah.
It's so important in this league phase of the Champions League, isn't it?
It's huge, especially after last season facing Madrid, and you don't know who you're going to face, but also with the current situation with the squad injuries and stuff like that, and players not being eligible to play. So yeah, it's key to kind of get top 8. Is it guaranteed? No, we have to wait on a few results. I think it's Newcastle and PSG, both of them can't win, so they're playing each other, so we should create places if we do manage to win, but it'll be tough. Wednesday won't be easy, because even though in the first half where I thought we were better offensively, I think if we kind of are that aggressive in our press, we could cause problems for ourselves with Osimhen and Sane.
And Galatasaray is still slightly in the conversation. They need a lot of results to go their way, I think, as well. Tottenham away next in the Premier League. I mean, you can see by the reaction of him straight away, that place notoriously has been a difficult place for City to go. When we're looking ahead to that league fixture, of course, we'll welcome back Gay and Semenyo into the squad for that. Think they'll make a massive difference?
Yeah, I do. They'll be playing with a lot of confidence, and hopefully everyone is off the back of a top 8 position. So winning breeds confidence, and knowing you're in the top 8, hopefully, going into Sunday after a win and a positive performance, momentum starts to build. And it often is the case when you've had 2 negative results or 2 negative performances, you need to kind of combat that. If it was 3, you would need 3 to feel confident within yourself and say that was just a blip. Because at the minute, it's just we can't guarantee we're back on track. We need another performance to kind of emulate that.
Yeah, we've got Galatasaray. They've got Frankfurt away. Midweek,
on the Thursday as well.
Yeah, midweek as well. So they're going to be doing their travelling. They're 13th in the Premier League. They've just played Burnley and they've equalised last minute. And it was Christian Romero and their first goal scorer in the 2-2 draw, Van der Ven. Wow. So 2 centre-halves are...
I think Romero's got a few recently.
He's scoring a lot of goals.
I think he's got 3 and 3 now.
They're quite dangerous from set pieces for us,
that's he's often in the media though, isn't he? So he's either been sent off or he scored.
Yeah.
So hopefully he scores again against Frankfurt and then gets sent off again.
Yeah, well, there's Joleon's hope. Listen, I mean, one thing's for certain, it's going to be a tough one, but the first point of call is, of course, the Galatasaray fixture. We saw Erling get a little bit of a rest. Like Coach Joleon said, he was spot on. He was always going to come on, because now he can he doesn't have to fully
recovery
train tomorrow,
day.
recover.
Yeah, so now they're all on the same timesheet and they're all recovering tomorrow.
And of course, we're welcoming back 2 Manchester City legends in Leroy Sané and Ilkay Gundogan to the Etihad. It'll be special to welcome them back, but of course the game is massive too.
Oh, huge game. Big occasion. Again, off the back of last season and how that unfolded in the playoffs. But yeah, 2 real legends of the club. Ilkay lifted the Champions League, so if we'll ever be that guy, rightly so. And Sané is part of a front 3 that was probably my favourite to watch since leaving the club, with him and Raheem and Sergio. So yeah, someone I admire.
Yeah, Sané, of course, has been back as well before in a Bayern Munich shirt, this time in a Galatasaray one. But for now, I think that's pretty much all. I mean, Joleon, thank you very much. It's been a lovely experience being the 2 of us. Congratulations to everyone in China as well for creating an amazing show in Shenzhen. Speaking of the Year of the Horse, the kit launch as well, we've got an opportunity for everybody to scan the QR code on the screen right now for your chance to win a signed shirt. We're giving that away to celebrate the Year of the Horse, and that is launching soon from Puma. But for now, thank you very much, Joleon. 3 points for Manchester City. Happy Saturday, everyone. We'll see you again at the Etihad on Wednesday.